And we've done week 1 here, we've done week 2. So today we're on marketing, so how to run your social media ads and everything. So if you haven't seen week 1 and week 2, or if you weren't present during the sessions, you can go on the Adara Foundation YouTube to watch them. And I would also advise you watch the photography and graphic design, because you need some of these things to be able to handle your social media pages effectively. Okay, so today we're going into social media marketing, which is the same thing as advertising. And we're going to look into paid and organic reach, the different types of adverts that you can run, some advert objectives, setting up an effective ad campaign, and then budgeting and tracking your ad. So first, we're going to go into everybody did well in this assignment actually, but I found these 3 particularly interesting, especially the one in the middle. Um, I will send the names to the chat after, but I'm sure you know yourselves. I don't know why I didn't write the names here. But this, I found this the most interesting actually, generator repairer in Lagos. I've never really seen that on social media, so I thought that was a bit interesting. We have your favorite Lagos photographers as well. That was my second favorite, because I like the way the person put your favorites, Lagos photographer. And the last one, wig stylist in Akoka. I like the fact that she has a closer location. She didn't just put Lagos, she put Akoka. So you already know that it's easier to, either go to her shop or something, or if you're around that environment, you can easily walk into this place. Lagos is a bit more broad, which is fine. But for her type of business, she has specified, and the bios you can see that the bios are really detailed. They've already put every single thing they can do. And here there's a call to action. So here you can either click on her WhatsApp to chat with her directly. This person has told you to also click the link to make inquiries. Although the link is not here, but this is from this person's personal profile. I'm sure if I check from my own phone, I might be able to see another icon here that says email. So if you're this person, you can include the link somewhere here. And this person already has their own links here, and they have a full list of the services that they render. So these are my 3 favorites. Well done to everybody that submitted, by the way, because everyone actually did a really good job. So if you did not do this assignment, you can just go on your social media platforms and optimize them. So optimizing is writing your keywords in your bio or in your name, so that when people search, especially maybe in your environment or anything, they can easily find you. Okay, so we have this is one of my clients' food, by the way, that they made by themselves. It looks really nice. We have 2 adverts here. So there's advert A and advert B. And you can see, I want you to focus on this part. I don't know if you can see, but I'll just read it out. So advert A has 28 reactions, 15 comments, and 2 shares. And advert B has 30,000 reactions, 576 comments, and 99 shares. Sorry, give me a second. And 99 shares. So I want to find out, which advert do you think performed better? The poll will come up now, so you can just select either A or B. So I'll say it again. A has 28 reactions, 15 comments, 2 shares, and B has 30,000 reactions, 576 comments, and 99 shares. So when the poll comes up, please let me know which one performed better. Yeah, option. Who is this person that clicked option 1, please? Because let's not fight. Because the what's it called? The reactions here are lower than the ones here, which means that more people saw this one, and more people saw this advert, and more people reacted to it, which is why it has more voting. But that one person that voted for option A, we're going to fight. So can you put in the chat why you think one of them performed better than the other? Why do you think it had more people commenting or more people sharing it? What do you think the business did differently? Why the second one is better than the first? Target audience by persona, more people voting. Yes, well, Tim talked about more, it had more people. I don't know if you're talking about the poll or the adverts that I just showed you. Maybe due to more engagements. Yes, one thing we've seen is that the other one, um option B has more engagements, more people, more reactions, more comments, more shares, more likes. Somebody has said, I checked the image and the caption was the same, but I believe the advert helped. And if follower says advert, identity, advert, praise, paid advertising, it's the same post, I guess the person ran ads. That's perfect. Yeah. So what happened was that the person, the organic post was the one with the lower views, and then the advertised post was the one with more views. So are you ready for today's session? Please type yes in the chat and then we can begin. Yes, Joy, you're correct. Adverts, Ezra, advert as well. Yes, those are all correct. All right, we're ready. So we're going into organic versus page reach, and the fact that a lot of people understood the example I just gave means that we don't really, we don't even really have to teach this because you seem to already know what it is, but I'll just break it down a little further. So organic reach is the number of people who see your content naturally without paid promotion. It's usually influenced by engagement. So you notice that it showed you the likes, the shares, the comments, and platform algorithms generally. And of recent, it has been declining, especially if you check Instagram. You can see that not a lot of people like your posts like before, or if you've been on Instagram for a while. So the algorithm is changing. They're trying new things constantly. So you have to constantly, stay in the face of your clients. On the other hand, paid reach is the number of people who see your content because of a paid promotion. So you've run a sponsored ad, you've posted a post on Instagram, you've run, promotional content on any other social media platform. And this type of thing ensures that you can target people that you want based on all the things that we have already learned in session 1 and session 2 when it comes to targeting. So why do you run paid ads? These are just a few of the reasons. So if you want to drive sales, maybe you have a new product or something or a service, and you want people to buy from you, you can run an advert. You can run an advert with different goals. I'm sure you remember the goals that for advertisements, but we'll still go into it. You can run an advert for business growth. You can run an advert if you want faster results on something, or you just want to expand your reach beyond followers. Even if you just want to grow your followers, you can run an advert for that. So there are different reasons why you can do paid ads. It just depends on what your problem is at the moment or what goal that you're trying to reach is. So let's look into types of social media ads, and this might be a little more detailed. So I need you guys to, pay attention. You can type in the chat if you're understanding or if you need me to go over something. We'll start with the obvious ones because these are the platforms where people really run adverts a lot, most business owners. So Instagram and Facebook. I've put them together because these are Meta. They're under Meta, so they are integrated and they sort of work together. So the first thing is image ads, and we've done our graphic. I mean, you were in the graphic design class, hopefully. And in session 1 and 2, I also touched on, designs and graphics and content type. So we have image ads. So the ads can either be a picture of something with some information, or this is just a blank ad. This example that I've put here is just really a blank ad with, when I say blank, I mean there's no picture, but there are words. So it's a text-based image. It says get paid faster, and it has the call to action that says sign up. And this call to action means that the type of content is promotional because they're promoting something to you. And the goal is lead generation because it says sign up. And if you remember, lead generation is when you post content or run an advert for the purpose of getting people's emails, phone numbers, or any type of information. So the fact that a full sign up means they want to probably collect your email address or collect your phone number so they can keep sending you messages after that and then drive you down this sales funnel. So there's something called a sales funnel where you first capture your leads through these advertisements, and then you start reaching out to them, and then they become prospects, and you finally sell your service to them, then they become customers. So that is the first stage of the lead generation, well, besides market research. So for this type of content, for this type of image ads, because people don't want to read a lot, you can see that they only have how many words here, but immediately you see it, you can understand what they're saying. So you have to limit the text that you put, not too much. If you write a full paragraph, people will probably not read it. It won't capture attention. And you can use a graphic design like something like this, an illustration, so maybe a cartoon or a good quality photo of maybe a woman smiling, looking like she collected her money. And you can now say, get paid faster, and put your message at the bottom. So it really depends on the type of content that you're trying to push out. You just have to know how to, I hope you remember our last class, the head copy, the subhead copy, your caption and everything. So you have to know how to categorize your content to make it very enjoyable for people. So the next one is video ads after the image ads. This is a video. I didn't post the full video, but you can see the play button, by the play button, not the play button, the volume button here, that is a video. And it says shop now. So this is a conversion ad, if you remember from what we learned. What they want you to do is buy something. So they're converting you into a customer already. And the call to action is shop now, even though the video, you can see again, it's a text-based video. They have the cream, it's a Dove advert. So it's like someone was mixing some lotion or something, but they had their text running over it. But you can see how small the text is. And the video is the main focus, right? And it's an aesthetically pleasing video. So you're interested in that. This type of content is also promotional. So if you want to run a video ad on social media, you have to keep it eye-catching. You have to keep it engaging. It's not something that will be boring. And I would advise, if you're running a video ad, the first few seconds should be very captivating. So you can say something really catchy that people would really stop to want to watch your video, right? Or you can just keep it beautiful or colorful or something so that people can really pay attention. But you're on Instagram, you can run an ad you can run a 60-minute ad, but obviously, I don't think any of us has ever sat down to watch an advert that long. So make sure you just keep it short. And this type of advert leads to a landing page. So if I click on shop now, it will lead me to their website where I can now buy something. That's what a landing page is called. If you understand those two that I've explained, please type yes in the chat. Okay, great, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so now we're on Instagram story ads, because when you post on your Instagram stories, it also posts on your Facebook. If you have not linked it or you need to know how to link it, you can send me a message after this session and I will show you how to link your Instagram to your Facebook, where it's really easy. So sometimes you don't really have to keep opening the Facebook app. Everything you post on Instagram automatically shares to Facebook. So if you want to run a story ad, remember what we said about sizing. Imagine if you were running an advert and the picture or whatever you're running is just within these four corners here, and there's a black space or black space down. It won't really look appealing. So if you're running a story ad, make sure you maximize the full length of the phone or whatever device it is. So this ad now, it says sign up, which is a lead generation ad. So they're trying to also get your email addresses. It says download the free guide. So when you sign up, they will send you the free guide. So that's like, it's 2 stages. That's in sales, and that's more detailed. But when you click on sign up here, it will either take you to a landing page where you can put your email address and download the guide directly, or they'll send it to your email, but they've still collected your email address, which is why I said it's a lead generation ad. And the call to action again is sign up, and the content is informative or promotional because they have given you some form of information that's for you to raise capital and scale your impact. And it's a free guide, so they're providing you free information, but it's also promotional because they're still advertising their own free guide. So make sure you keep it full size. You can use, because an Instagram story, so you can use your regular filters or your text or your stickers or anything. Just make it look organic so that when people are scrolling, they might not even know they're looking at an advert. They might just think, oh, which of my followers posted this thing? And then before you see the sponsored at the top, before you now know that's when you see the sponsored button at the top is when you now know it's an advert. Okay, so there's also Instagram Reels. Also, when you post Reels on Instagram, it tells you if you want to post it on Facebook. So there's also the Instagram Reel type of ad. And this example now is for awareness. You can see it says visit Instagram profile. That's why I said when you're running an ad, sometimes you might decide to run it for you to just grow followers. So if you post something very engaging, very beautiful, people might want to follow you so they can see more of that. That's where you can run an awareness ad, and your call to action will be visit the Instagram ad app, sorry. And how you know that you're watching an Instagram Reel ad is when you see this sponsored icon at the bottom. I'm sure I've circled this so that you can see it properly. And yeah, for this type of content, you have to keep it short as well. Just whatever information you want to pass, keep it in the first few seconds, even if you're posting a long video, but just make sure you keep the most important part of it in the first few seconds so that people can get the information that they want to get. Temitope says no. What do you need me to explain? You can type it in the chat. Another is the shopping and collection ads. I'm not sure if this runs, thinking about it now, I'm not sure if this works in Lagos. You can let me know if it works in Nigeria, I mean. But here we can see adverts like this where you can just click on it and buy, you can either go to their website or just buy it off social media. So this is a conversion ad. So they're converting you to a customer, and the call to action is shop now, which is telling you that you need to buy something. So for this, the only thing you have to do is set up a catalog on um, your Instagram page, and then you can sell whatever you're selling. So if there's anything you don't understand, please do let me know and I will go over it. So next is LinkedIn. This is for people that are more into some form of, professional services. The first type of ad for LinkedIn is a single image ad. So you can run a single picture. And here I've given you two examples. This is a picture of a person, and this is a graphic design. So you can use whatever you like to use, right? And you see that this person has even kept the text very short in the graphic design. This doesn't even have a text, but it's showing you a phone. It gives you an idea, and they've already put. You can see that within the first, because when you're posting your caption, there's the option to click more. So it won't show people that are checking your ad or that are seeing your ad, it won't show them the full information. So whatever information you're trying to pass across, please make sure it is written concisely in the first few words of your advert, because that's the first thing people will see. So if you're running an advert, don't hide it in the middle of your text. Put it at the beginning so people can see. So because this person has posted a plain picture, just holding a phone, you can tell that they're selling you an app or something. But they've already put something here. How do you create this? This is something like that. And they've told you, giving you more information here, that the app teaches English like a real person. So they've given you adequate information on what it does, and it's left to you to now learn more, which is an awareness ad. They want you, because they can't give you enough information through this designs that they've posted. So they want you to learn more. So when you click on, you're aware, and when you click on the ad, it takes you somewhere where you can now read more information on it. And you can see that they already have the links where it will take you, which is their websites. They would have created a specific landing page with enough information on what is here. So if you open their page, you can see something longer and more detailed on their pages, right? Please let me know if you can still hear me. Okay, good. Because the chat wasn't moving, I wasn't sure. Okay, so these are more examples of single image ads, but I want to show you something for lead generation, right? So here is an awareness type of ad on LinkedIn, and the reason that it's called an awareness ad is because it has learn more. So they just want you to know more about them, and then when you visit their website, you can now decide to take an action. But these are other single image ads. So this has more details. If you notice the difference between this and the other one, this doesn't have a lot of details. That's why they're telling you to click on their website or something to read more information, and then you can decide to buy from them. But these ones have more information on them. And these are lead generation. This is a lead generation ad because they want you to sign up. So they're telling you that you can get a mini MBA and you can sign up, and then they'll probably send you messages on when the event is starting or when you can register, how to register or anything. But they've collected your email already, right? It's bringing awareness to you that there's a mini MBA. But the point of the adverts now is to collect your information, which is why it's a lead generation ad. And here they're selling, or I'm guessing they're selling this excavator, this mini excavator, and they've asked you to apply now. This is a conversion ad because this is a lead generation and also a conversion ad. Because when you click on apply now, you probably have to put your email address to apply, but they're also selling you something. So they're probably going to, I don't know, maybe now ask you to come and buy once you sign up. But if you are signing up for something like this, you're obviously probably going to buy if the price is within your, your budget. So on LinkedIn, you can also run something called a document ad. If you need to know how to post documents on LinkedIn, if you have maybe graphic designs and you have maybe 5 designs and you want to post a document, you can use a regular online PDF converter or something to merge, or PDF merger, that's what they call them. So you can use it to merge your pictures into one document. So it will give you a document instead of posting on LinkedIn. I don't think you should post different pictures. Like especially if you're posting content like this, written content, graphic designs or stuff like that, except you're posting your own picture. But if you want to post written content, I prefer, or I would always suggest that you put it in form of a document. And to do that, you can just quickly Google. There's so many free platforms that will help you just merge everything and arrange them the way you want to do. So when you post content like that on LinkedIn and you want to run an advert, you can run a successful ad on it, and it will still go to a call to action, which here, I'm not sure you can see clearly, but it says visit website. So they've given you information. They can say, this says global market trends, and then gives you can see the next slide here are the market trends, just a summary. And it says, do you want to see more? Unlock the full documents now. So for this type of thing, it can be a book. Maybe maybe you wrote a book or something, or a guide, and you're trying to get people to download it. You can just put the first 2, 3 pages with interesting type of content, or a summary, not something that gives everything out or all the details out, and then tell them to click on the website to read more. So that's another type of ad you can run on LinkedIn. You can also run a carousel image ad. And for this one, carousel, I think we already went through over it in previous classes, is when you post more than one picture at the same time. In this advert, because I actually clicked on each of them, it goes to the same website, thankfully. So they just have different designs. So whichever one, they're telling you that they do healthcare, they do agriculture. I think there was one more thing there. And basically everything still says research funding available, £530,000 average award. These things are saying the same thing, but are written in different ways. So whichever one catches your attention, catches it better. So for this advert, I want to know, what do you think are the goals for this advert? So goals are maybe awareness or conversion or lead generation. Yes, somebody has said awareness. Thank you, Adinoji. Conversion and lead generation. Thank you, Ivelua. Who else has an example? Lead generation, praise. Thank you. Conversion. Thank you. Does anybody else want to try? Lead generation. Okay, so we have awareness and lead generation because they have their website here. It says get started today. So they're making you aware that they have different things, right? But when I clicked on their website, I could see that they wanted you to submit a form or fill out a form. So they were generating your information, and then they will probably now guide you through the remaining steps of the sales funnel and then convert you in the end. But for this advert, it wasn't a direct conversion ad. It was more of a lead generation ad. They wanted to just you to tell them if you were interested, and then they will, call you or follow up or send you messages, things like that, before you can now become a member of the program. Okay, so you can do video ads. This ad now is for awareness, as you can see. It says learn more at the bottom. It was an engaging video. They already have their information. See how Square helps so person make £1 to £2 per hour. Obviously, you're interested in making money per hour, or they've made it so interesting. So it's very short, but they're telling you to see how somebody is making money. Obviously, you want to click on it to see how you can also make money using their app. So they're telling you to learn more. They're giving you awareness. They're pushing for awareness, which is telling you to see how, so you can know that whoever uses their platform or something can earn some money off it. So they're telling you to try to see how you can do it. So this is an awareness ad. And lastly, I think on LinkedIn, you can run a jobs ad. So you can see these jobs. This is my job title. So that's why it shows business development manager. But you can see that it says promoted, promoted, promoted. These three show first before you see any other regular adverts. So if you're trying to employ somebody or something and you look on LinkedIn, or you want to run an ad on LinkedIn, this is how your profile would, appear first before any other person that has just posted a random thing. So please let me know if you understand up to that point. And we'll go into TikTok. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. So for TikTok, which is more what I call the Gen Z platform, we have in-feed ads. So I'm going to only talk about the ads that really apply to the Nigerian market because they have a bunch. So we have in-feed ads, and these are ads that are in your TikTok standard format. So if you're watching a video on TikTok, you see these icons, the like, the comment, the share buttons, the music they're playing and things like that. So those are that's in-feed, in your feed. So these ads are the standard ads on TikTok. You can run them. As you can see, they've already told us that you can post up to 60 seconds, which is 1 minute, but nobody is really going to watch all the way, except the very engaging ad. So make sure your first, even if you're posting 60 seconds, make sure your first 15 seconds is very ideal, very interesting, right? And for TikTok, there are non-spark ads and spark ads. So for non-spark ads, you can only click on a certain on certain things in the advert. For example, you can click on the profile picture to get more info, like to see the person's picture that posted the advert. You can click on their nickname, the caption, and obviously you can go to their landing page, which is when you click on learn more. So whatever website they ask you to go to, you can easily go there. And the Spark ads allow you to click more things. So they give you more options. You can check out the music. So it's like not when when you're watching a regular TikTok um video, you can either click on whatever music they're playing or whatever sound to see how many people have used that sound, or to even, start using the sound yourself or make content using that type of sound. So for Spark ads, you can do more when it comes to clicking or viewing. So think about what you want your customers to see, or your prospective clients to see when they're clicking the ad. Another one is the top view ads, and I would like you to look closely at the pictures that I've put here. So the first one is the first 3 seconds of a top view ad. You can't see any of the in-feed icons, which are the like, comment, share, music, and everything. You only see this for the first few seconds. And then it asks you to skip ad, or you can continue watching if you don't skip in time. But this is what it shows you, the first 3 seconds, and then it now shows you the rest of the advert. But when it starts to show you the rest of the advert after the 3 seconds, it now gives you the option to click on anything clickable. So it is this is the first one. This appears first when you open your feed. right? It's like there's more priority because it's in everybody's faces, and then they can decide to skip or not before it now becomes an in-feed type of advert after 3 seconds. There are other adverts that you can do on TikTok. That's branded hashtag. We all know what hashtags are. So if you have an event, for example, and you want to say 2025 generator repair conference in Lagos, you can decide to, run an advert with that hashtag. So wherever the hashtag comes, whenever people, open their TikTok, they can see the hashtags everywhere on their screens. You can do branded effects. So that's filters or stickers. You can see these ones being used by designers. So sometimes you can be seeing videos and you probably just see some brand logos, they put their brand logos as stickers and filters. You can run that as an advert. And then there's TikTok shop as well. So you're running whatever you're selling, you're running the adverts on TikTok. Please let me know if you understand, and then we'll move on. Okay, great. So we covered I would call them the platforms that are really well used. Ezra, you can type your question. I'll read it and answer. Godson doesn't understand. Please let me know what part you don't understand before I move on. So I'll just wait for you to type. And Ezra, you can type your message as well. Okay, Ezra, so the next class will now give you a step-by-step. The next class is Facebook and Instagram, where we'll open the app, show you what to press, show you how to do it, run an actual advert for you step by step. And the class after that will be TikTok and LinkedIn, so that because running an ad might be tricky, right? So we want to ensure that you understand it. So that's what we're going to do. Godson said the last part, which is, I'm guessing this one's. I'm not sure these adverts really are that important in Nigeria, but there you can do a hashtag advert. So adverts with your hashtag Godson social media, something like that, or filters. You know what filters are? Or stickers. Like, there are filters that you use on TikTok. I don't know. I don't think Godson is a Gen Z, but there are filters you use on TikTok or stickers. And TikTok shop is where people essentially sell things on TikTok, right? So you can run an advert, you can run a shopping advert. Okay, thank you. Godson understands now. I don't use TikTok a lot myself, so okay, so let's go into setting up an effective ad campaign. I'm going to just tell you the essential things that you need so that in the next session, when we're running an advert, you're not confused. Or when we're running, a promotion on on Facebook or anything, you're not confused on what to do. So the first thing, which is what we've done in the first session, your goals. So what are you trying to do with your advert? So I'm going to use the generator repair person because I found that example very interesting. If his goal is to let you know that he's available in Yaba, Lagos, for example, he'll probably want to run an awareness ad, right? And to choose his target audience, he will choose people in Lagos or around Yaba because if they need to bring their generator, he will probably think they won't want to come all the way from Lekki to repair their generator, right? So if he's running an advert on Instagram and they ask him to, or on Facebook, let me say Facebook, and they ask him to pick what location, he's not going to pick Port Harcourt. He will pick probably Yaba area or even a particular, depending on where he can reach or where, he wants his clients to find him. Then you decide on the right platform. So for somebody like that, I don't think he would advertise his generator repair service on LinkedIn. So how to decide on the right platform? What type of content do you want to push? What are your goals and who do you want to reach? And then you can say, okay, Instagram will be the best for me or Facebook will be the best for me. And what type of adverts do you want to run? Do you want to run an awareness ad? Do you want to run do you want them to buy something from you? So a conversion ad or anything like that. Make sure you use high quality images or videos. Don't use anything too boring. Don't use anything too long. Don't bombard. Yes, you can choose different location sprays, But on Facebook, we'll show you next week. Sometimes when you choose, if you choose Lagos and then you end up choosing Nigeria, Facebook will flag you that your location is fashion. So you have to decide. So something like that. Those are the things that will teach you when we're doing a breakdown of actually running your ads. So after next week, you should be able to run your ads anywhere. So you have to use high quality images, add a clear call to action. So I've seen a lot of adverts where people just advertise something and they just write something in the adverts. They're wasting money because I don't even know what they're selling sometimes. So you have to ensure that your content, your copy is perfect and your call to action as well is perfect. Set your budget, and we'll see budgeting in this session, and then also measure performance so you're not wasting money. I think these days the most important thing is ensuring that you're not wasting money when you're running adverts on social media. It's very easy to just run adverts and not get results and just be wasting hundreds of thousands of naira running, on social media. So we have another poll which will come up in a second, and the question is, which of this is not an ad goal? And this is how I'm looking at anybody that is going to select the wrong thing, because we've gone through this in 2 classes or 2 sessions. So please, Godwin, when you're ready, please put up the poll. I'm watching you people. Just see the way this girl is looking at you, exactly the way I'm looking at you. I can see the results, and the all the explanations I've been given, I don't understand. So now we have to go over this again. I'm going to explain the four that are on this screen on the poll one one last time so that you can understand it. Because next week we're actually going to run an advert, and you even see more options because Facebook breaks them down into different options. So you see more that might even confuse you. That's why I want you to get the four basics correct. Brand awareness is an advertisement goal, which is when you want people to know about your brand, right? Lead generation, we've shown you some examples here already, is when you want to collect information from people. So you want to know how many people in Yaba want to fix their generators or something like that. You can create an advert, write some copy and say, fill this form if you're in Yaba, something like that, so that you can be calling them to ask if they want to fix their generator, if they want you to come around. That's a lead generation thing. When you collect their phone number, collect their email, collect their WhatsApp, collect any information, as long as you collect something from them that you can be using to reach out to them. An engagement ads, well, there's the engagement posts, right? And you can also run them as an ad. So maybe you want to get information on somebody or something, I mean. So if you are a dressmaker, for example, you can put two pictures on the side, create an advert, create a post that says which of these designs are better, and you can run that post as an advert or you're like on Instagram stories or something. So that's an engagement thing. People are engaging because they will be clicking on whatever option they prefer. So you're talking to them, they're talking back. That's an engagement post or an engagement ad. Now, audience retention is the correct answer here because it's not an ad goal per se. They won't give you that option, but it is a goal, it's a company goal. So if you want to keep your audience on your page, is one of the company goals. And to do that, you probably have to look into what type of content you're running or what you're not doing right or what you need to do better. I hope we understand this. Please say yes, because I'm giving serious side eyes to the people that did not pick the correct answers. Good. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, see what I was saying about Facebook. This is why I said you can get confused, right? So if you want to look at your ad goals, Facebook has even broken it down. They're giving you awareness, they're giving you traffic, they're giving you engagements, leads generation, app promotion, sales. So app promotion can also be an awareness ad. So it depends on what you write as a call to action. If you are promoting your ad, you can either say buy now, download now, or yeah, you can put download now, so which is causing them to do an action, so you're converting them already. or you can say find out more, which is something like awareness. You can lead them to something. So these are different campaign objectives. When we're running an ad next week, we'll select one of these on Facebook. Yes, Meta gives you the options. These are some of the options. And if you understand them is when you know. So if you want to run a traffic ad, for example, a traffic ad is something that drives traffic somewhere. So if you want to run an awareness ad that will drive traffic to your website, you can select traffic. The difference between awareness and traffic, I believe, is traffic is very specific on when you're marking the results or how much they're charging you or things like that, they take some things, other things into consideration. So when you're running the step-by-step process, they'll give you more options. So for traffic, for awareness now, if I want to run an advert for a dress, the options for the call to action that Facebook will automatically give you, not the ones you will write yourself, they'll give you some options. This is a screenshot from Facebook, by the way. So if I'm running an awareness ad for a dress, they'll give me some options to say, should they say visit your Instagram, visit your Facebook or something like that. So they know that you're just making people aware and they can come back to your Instagram or your Facebook page to read it. But if I want to run an advert, I can use the same dress, the same thing I wrote in the dress, but I can now, when the traffic ad is giving me options, you can say visit my website or visit my WhatsApp or something like that. So it will take you to an external link where you can now, so traffic takes you to an external link where you can now, talk to the person or something like that. We already know what an engagement ad is. We know what a lead generation ad is. So this one will help you collect emails or collect where it says sign up or something. You can put your email here and then Facebook will help you organize that. There's also a sales lead. So if you want to sell something to, so depending on what type of advert you want to run, Facebook will give you all these options and then you select it. When you now select it, it will give you another bunch of options. And whatever you select will make it give you another bunch of options. So it's a bit bulky, which is why I wanted you guys to ensure that you understood everything fully before going in depth into running an advert so you don't get confused. So this is another thing it shows you. This is why we did I don't know if you remember from the first class, we did our targeting. So demographic, geographic, psychographic, things like that. So now if you want to run an advert, you can choose your location. You can choose something broad, like the whole of Nigeria. You can decide to choose for some types of products. If I'm trying to run an advert for some clients, I select Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, because they're looking for high net worth people. And from experience, we noticed that most people that buy very expensive things are from those places, right? So sometimes you can decide to put the whole of Nigeria, depending on what you're selling. But it's just most times you're wasting your efforts because some people from certain states in Nigeria will not buy that product or service from you, which is why you need to know your exact audience. You have to know exactly who you want to reach. The age, you will select it, they'll give you the options to select. The gender, you can select either male or female. There's detailed targeting. They'll give you an option, they'll give you a breakdown of what that means. So they can tell you, for example, they always pop up and ask you, should we run this advert to people that are outside your audience if it will perform better? So you can click that, right? You can click yes or something. If you want them to, try help you put it in another language for other people, you can click that as well. They'll give you a list and everything. So you can save your audience on Facebook. And so maybe you want to sell cheap dresses. You have audience one. And those places, you can select places where you know that people don't really have high net worths or high earning potentials. And you can target those places. So they'll buy a 2,000 naira dress, for example. Or if you want to sell more expensive dresses, it's still your business. You are selling maybe a cheaper version and expensive version. When you are running an advert, you select people that will actually buy the bigger one. So you can run different adverts at the same time. You can do something called A/B testing, which we'll do next week. So you can test two different designs on Facebook after maybe a few days. Just go and check it and it will tell you this second video is performing better than the first one. So you can stop the first advert so you don't waste your money. So these things are more detailed, more in-depth, and we'll discuss them next week. So for your call to action, we already spoke about it. Facebook and Instagram give you an option for a call to action, right? But you can also write your own because sometimes their call to actions are limited. They can have only the option to select maybe learn more or read more, but you want to put more details, right? So you have to put a phrase or a text that encourages people to take an action. So, for example, if you're running an awareness ad and you want people to learn more by visiting your Instagram page, right? Instagram might give you the option to click on learn more. You can't change that. So whenever people are seeing your advert, it will show you learn more. But you can also write something before they show their own icon. So you can write something like our Instagram page has the best dresses. That's somewhat check out our Instagram page for the best dresses. And then to show learn more, you've already put a call to action, which is telling people what to do. So to check out your Instagram page, but you've already put an incentive as well that says with the best with for the best dresses, instead of just running an advert with the word learn more. It might not really interest people. So I'll show you an example. This is another poll. This is a dress. We have the call to action. The first one saying CTA is call to action, by the way. So we have new dresses in stock, shop now. And the second one says turn heads in our new collection. Don't let your size disappear. Tap shop now. Which of these adverts are you likely to click on? It's the same dress, but which of these will you click on? Please, can we put the poll up? Hey guys, done? Okay, perfect. I don't know who this person is that is going for option one, but again, we'll fight because I know it's more concise, but it's not really encouraging you to buy anything, right? So the second one, turn heads in our new collection. Obviously, you want to turn heads, you want people to look at you when you go outside. That's what that means. And they're also telling you don't let your size disappear, which is creating some form of scarcity. So you are thinking, that means a lot of people are buying this thing. That's why your content copy has to be interesting. So by saying don't let your size disappear, they're already putting it into your subconscious that people are rushing this dress. Even if people are not buying it, they've already written it there that your size can disappear. So you really want to buy it now before it disappears. And they've already told you tap shop now. So when you now run the advert on Facebook or something, if the option to select shop now as your call to action is there, just put it there. So when it says tap shop now, the Facebook button at the bottom that shows shop now will be there. So they already know that, okay, that's what they should press or click on, which is the whole point of a detailed call to action. Okay. So let me give you a longer explanation. Well, not longer. So it creates a feeling. So turn heads in our new collection. Who doesn't want that energy to turn heads, right? It adds some urgency, selling out fast, shop now, things like that. It makes it personal. So you're already imagining yourself in the dress, right? The picture is beautiful, everything is beautiful, and the action that you want them to take is already very clear. Now, managing your adverts or advertisement budget on social media, a lot of platforms will give you the option to run a daily budget or have a daily budget or a lifetime budget. For people on limited budgets, because I know a lot of people here are probably, still students or some of them, NYC and everything. So if you want to run an advert, sometimes you might have a limited budget. So if you want to spend on a daily budget, you can decide to set it there. It will show you the option, right? So you can select 2,500 daily for, they'll ask you how many days. You can say 15 days, or you can click the option that says stop when, the option that allows you stop it when you are ready to stop. But the only problem with that is sometimes you forget to stop your advert. So they're just taking 2,000 naira from your account every day, which can be frustrating. So what I personally go for is because I don't have the time to check every client's advert every single day. I do a lifetime budget. So I want the adverts to run for 30 days. I would have already given the clients, okay, if you want to reach 10,000 people for 30 days, it is so amount. Or if you want to reach 100,000 people for 30 days, it is a certain amount. When we're running the ads, you see what I'm saying. So social media shows you, the platforms show you how many people you can reach for a certain amount of days and for a certain amount of money, or a certain number of days, certain amount of money. So you take all those into consideration and your personal budget, your goals. How many people do you want to see your dress within 1 week? If you want 1 million people, then you spend more, obviously. Or if you want, only 2 people or 10 people, you just want to advertise something quickly, you can pick a shorter time of day and a shorter daily or lifetime budget. We're going into tracking and monitoring. How do you know if your ad is converting? So you check your results. Every day you can see your insights. So if you have a social media platform now, right? If you go, I'll give you Instagram as an example. If you go to your settings and turn it to a professional account, you start seeing your insights, something called insights. So when you open your page, it shows you something called a professional dashboard. Let me see if I can show you on my business account. Or okay, this is even my personal account. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see my screen, but it already shows professional dashboard. So if you click on it, it will tell you how many views you've gotten, interactions, new followers, content. So when you now start running an advert, it will show you that you've gained 300 new followers in 2 weeks. And you know that the 2 weeks is when you started running your advert. So you know how the adverts are doing. But I usually suggest people start checking their adverts after like 3-4 days so that you don't waste money on what's working. That's how you know if your ad is converting. We'll show you next week. As a small business owner, what amount would you advise to spend on ads to get good returns? So this thing is not about the amount you spend sometimes, it's about the content. That if your content is very interesting, sometimes you might not even need to run an advert. But for the sake of you running an advert, I would say start small for a small business owner. I'll say start small so that you can know what works best. So if you have Instagram and Facebook ads have become quite expensive. So I think the daily budget now is at least 3,000. That's what it shows me when I try to run an ad. It's almost 3,000 naira. So if you want to run an advert, try maybe 3,000 naira for 5 days first. And you know, let's see what happens. And if you're a new business owner, if you don't have content on your page first, I won't advise you to run an advert. Build your page. We talked about it in I think session 1 or session 2. Build engagement, build things, let people see that there's something happening on the page. So when you are running an advert and they come to your page to see what you've done, they can see enough things that you've done. It's not just a blank page, right? So if you're running an advert and saying, come and buy our Adira, for example, when they open your page, they have to be able to see different types of Adira that you've done. So as a small business owner, you can run an ad at any time, but I usually suggest after you have adequate content on your page that will keep people on the page. So let me see, who else have I answered? Analytic tools that can be used. So you can use how many people you've reached, how many website clicks. That's what I usually do, especially if I'm running a traffic ad or something. I want to see how many people have clicked to visit the link I want them to visit. So if I want them to visit, send me a message on WhatsApp, for example, and I start seeing that I've spent 20,000, nobody has sent a message. I know there's probably something wrong with the advert. So I go and, recalibrate my thoughts, change the advert. Maybe the design wasn't passing the information properly, or maybe I need to do a video or something. So that's what you can check. So you can check depending on your goals, whatever goals you set, that's how you know what to actually measure. So you can measure your number. I don't usually encourage people to use reach because everybody is seeing your advert when you run an advert. It doesn't mean it's bringing you results. So if you are running something for followers, for example, how many followers have you gotten? That's what you should track. Instagram won't show you followers as a met. It will show you how many new followers you've gotten, but it's not like the regular metrics that are reach, impressions, website visits or things like that. Okay, so we're going into tracking and monitoring, and see, we're going into the what do you call them now? What the basic things to check or track. And I have a question. So impressions versus reach. Does anybody know what the difference is? I don't know how this is in the game. Does anybody know what the difference is? You can type it in the chat. So impressions are more like engagement. Because of our time, I'll just show you which is more like views. Well done. So impressions are the number of times your content is seen, even if the same person sees it multiple times. And reach is the number of unique people that see your content. So So impressions are, I'm going to spend some time here to explain it. When I run an advert, for example, I'm sure that if you're checking or scrolling through your Instagram, there's some adverts that you see every time. So when you see that advert, even if me, Fiyin, if I see an advert 10 times, it will count it as 10 impressions, but it will count it as one reach, right? So the reach shows that one person has seen this content, but impression shows that that one person may have seen that particular content 3 million times. So when you're tracking your metrics, you probably see your impressions are like 100,000 and your reach can be much lower. So reach shows you how many people you've actually reached. That means how many people have actually seen this content that you've posted or seen this advert. And impressions shows you if it shows you a higher number. So people may have seen that your particular advert 2 million times. So those are the impressions. Um, for tracking and monitoring, another thing you should check is your engagement rate. So how much people interact with your content. So something like your likes, how many likes do you have? How many comments do you have? How many shares do you have? Like how many people have shared, the content? How many people have saved your content? You can see that particularly on Instagram when people, save your content. So that's engagement. Those are things you count as engagement. So if you're trying to track your engagement rates for an Instagram ad, for example, you can, when you're checking your metrics to show you total likes, total comments, total shares, total saves. So when you add everything together, that's your total basically engagement rate that you've gotten on the page. So again, somebody asked like, how do you know what metrics to track? So it depends on the type of advert that you have run. If you run an awareness ad, for example, you want to know how many people have seen my new dress that I've, you know, put out. You can use your reach to see that, okay, so many people have seen it, like 10,000 people have seen the dress in Abuja. But even though the 10,000 people have seen the dress 1 million times in Abuja, that's your impressions. And your engagement is how many people actually now engage with the post. And this is usually very important. It shows that people understand the advert, they like the advert, right? So if you're posting an advert, you're spending tens and thousands of naira, but nobody's liking or commenting or anything, you probably have to go and check your content copy. So you can check your graphic design, the picture you use, the video you use. Maybe you're not doing something right. Okay. So if your content is very engaging, I don't think you would generally, depending on your goals, I don't think you generally need to spend too much on adverts for small businesses, right? If you're trying to now expand, you're really going in with your budget or with the money and the goals that you want, then that's a different case. So these are some basic words that I will. Oh, thank you. Inspired Adira. Now I don't understand why my eyes. Now I understand why my eyes don't have that. You can send me a screenshot of one of your ads, and we can break it down together. To see why it's not converting. So another thing to track. This one start getting a bit tricky. So I need you to pay attention. If you don't understand, you can please put it in the chat, and then I'll explain all over again. But the click-through rate. So this shows how many people click on your advert after seeing it, right? So they reach. If I run an advert, 10,000 people see it, that's my reach. If those 10,000 people have seen it 3 million times, that's my impression. If those 10,000 people have commented, shared, liked, those are my engagements. But if they now click on my adverts, that's it, I can calculate my click-through rate through that, right? So your click-through rate is calculated by your clicks divided by your impressions times 100. So you can know the percentage, right? And an example here is if 100 people see your advert, but only 10 click on it, your click-through rate is 10%. And a higher click-through rate means that more people are interested in what you're offering. So these are some of the things, if you're running let me say YouTube ad or a Google ad, for example, these are some of the technical terms that you will see there. So you need to understand what they're writing so it doesn't just seem like gibberish to you. So the higher your CTR, the more people are interested in seeing your content, then you can know that your copy is working. But when it is low and you see that you probably spent a lot of money, because sometimes when you run an ad within the first few days, it may not really have picked up. So don't judge based on that. But when you see that it's been, a week or more and people are still not really relating to the advert, then you know there's something you probably need to adjust in your ad. There's return on ad spend. So this is mostly for I put this because I saw somebody or a few people that run marketing firms or social media firms, so they might need to know information about things like this, maybe when they want to run something for a client. But return on ad spend is basically how much you made or how much you make compared to how much you spend on your adverts. So if you spend 10 naira on your advert and you make 15 naira in sales, your return is 5 times. So for every 1 naira you spent, you earn 5 naira, which is good. That means you're earning money. But if you're spending 10 naira and you're making 0 naira in sales, you know there's a problem. And again, you need to go back to your content copy. Then you first your content copy, then your targeting. So maybe you are reaching the wrong people, you're reaching the wrong location, or you're doing something that you can check. So this is why tracking and monitoring is very important. If you keep tracking your adverts every time, you can read the results, you can see where the problem comes from exactly. So I'm going to first let us know, yes, at least this should be important in every ad actually, but most people need to report this. Like when you run an advert for a client, I need to report this, particularly. But if you're running an advert for your own personal business, you might just subconsciously think, oh, I've spent 1,000 and nobody's even, reaching out to me. So you understand, your return on ad spend and everything like that. So if you have any questions so far, or if you understand, put yes in the group chat, please, so that I can. Okay, thank you, follower. Who doesn't understand? Okay, everyone is saying yes, so I'm glad you understand so far. So this session is going to be a little different. There's going to be an opportunity for questions at the end if you want to unmute your mic or something. But because we're going into the more technical aspects, so I want to ensure that everybody understands everything from content to tracking to designing to everything. What if I want to do a daily budget? Yes, it will convert. It will convert no matter what type of budget you do. The difference in daily budget and lifetime budget is you might want to, it's still the same thing. So when I want to run an advert with a daily budget, it will tell me it's 2,000 naira per day for 30 days. But maybe you want to stop your advert after 5 days, you can decide to. But sometimes I personally run an advert and leave it for 30 days. So for some brands, we run adverts every month for 30 days just to keep them in the faces of people. So for that type of thing, I don't want to be forgetting to, add money or remove money. So I just load the Facebook account with the money that I want to run for the month and then run with a lifetime budget so that I know that the ad is already set. All I have to do is track. So it will still convert no matter what. It still convert no matter what you do. So we have cost per click, which is pretty self-explanatory. Um, for this type of adverts, you only pay when somebody clicks on your ad, not just when they see it. Yeah, I think Nigerian ATM cards still work. Yeah, I think so. If they're not working, you have to use a dollar card. And I know most people use cheaper. It's just CHIPPER. It's just no, some people use Nigerian cards. It's just if you're owing money. Because I have a client that uses the Nigerian card. I just don't know what bank it is. But if you're owing money, it doesn't work until you use a dollar card and then you now have to revert. So I would find out what bank and probably if you remind me during the week, I'll let you know. But yeah, you can use a dollar card. It's just the rates on some of these things are really expensive, right? So be careful when you're selecting what platforms. So for your cost per click, you pay when someone clicks your ad. So they will ask you when you're running a Facebook advert when you want them to take money. So they'll ask you if you want them to take money by your impressions, which I've never picked that option because if if they want to charge you for every 1,000 impressions, then they're going to be charging you a lot for results that you are not really getting, right? So I do a cost per click advert most times so that I'm only charged money when somebody has taken an action on my advert. So maybe they visited my website, or they click to visit my website, or they click to send a message on WhatsApp. They might not still send the message on WhatsApp actually, because so there are sometimes you click on an advert and they say, oh, send a message on this to this person's WhatsApp, and you just close it. But as long as you have clicked, you'll be charged for it. So that's the cost per click. So you only pay when your advert is clicked on, somebody has clicked on something already, not or visited your profile or something like that, but not just when you are scrolling on Instagram and you watch it. If you decide to run that option where anybody that sees it, you're getting charged, you're going to spend a lot of money. And this is what I was saying, cost per 1,000 impressions. So you pay for every 1,000 views, even if no one clicks on your advert. So that means you might not be getting results, but they're telling you that, okay, we've shown 1,000 people your adverts, come and pay us money. So this thing can, make you waste a lot of money. So when you're running your advert, you need to know what option to select when they ask you what your budgeting or what your payments schedule should be like. So I would advise to go for more of a CPC where you only get charged when people click on your advert as opposed to when people see the advert. And then there is cost per acquisition where you only pay when somebody takes an action, like signing up. Sorry. So the cost per click is when people click on your advert, and then the cost per acquisition for something like Facebook lead generation. I think I showed you a slide where they said something like sales, for example. So you pay when they take an action like signing up or making a purchase. That's when you pay for the CPA. Joy, depends on the platform. So next week we'll do Facebook and Instagram, and we'll show you the step by step of selecting your budget, running an ads, putting your picture, writing your caption, and sending the ads. And then we will probably be able to show you some results from our clients' ads that we've been running so that you can just see how we track the adverts. So make sure you're present in next week's session. So for cost per acquisition, you only post when somebody has already taken an action, which is why it's called acquisition. So they've signed up, they've made a purchase. And I want you to type in the chat, what type of adverts can you analyze with this? Remember, when I say type of adverts, I mean, is it a brand awareness ad? Is it a lead generation ad? Is it a conversion ad? Is it an engagement ad? What types of adverts do you think you can analyze with these types of metrics? Okay, yeah, someone says sales and lead generation, conversion and lead generation. See, I'm loving the energy today. Awareness. Hmm. Yes, lead generation. Sorry, I'm reading from my iPad in case you see me just looking down. I don't want to split my screen. Okay, thank you. So the types of ads you can generally run with this are something where people really have to take an action. So I would say for signing up, the example I put for signing up now, that's a lead generation ad, or making a purchase is a conversion. I don't think anyone said conversion. Okay, somebody said conversion. Yes, sales, exactly. Sales, conversion, same thing. So these ads will generally be advisable when you want to sell something. I would not advise it for awareness because they will pay you for you pay for them checking your Instagram profile, your Facebook profile. I would just rather use like something like a CPC as opposed to something more serious like this. This one, I want people to actually do something. So it's either I collect your information or you buy something, and I only want to pay for the advertising or advertisement service when this action has been taken. All right, so let me know if you understand so far before I explain the take-home task for the day. Okay, good, 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 good. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Happy. I'm glad you understand. I'm waiting for a few more yeses. If you don't understand, please do let me know. For people that are still confused on engagements, well, types of adverts generally, please watch I think it's the second session, or you can watch the first and the second, because from next week, you're going to be running an advert. So I will expect you to know every single thing from designing your content to writing your caption, to writing your call to action, to targeting and every single thing. So ensure you know it. Okay, understood. Yes, okay. Great. I'm glad that we understand. So I'm going to explain the take-home task. And thank you to everyone that has been, engaging or submitting their assignments. So you're going to develop a compelling advert for a product, service, or cause. Cause is maybe you work for an NGO or something. You don't have to run the advert yet, because we're going to show you next week how to actually run the advert. So you decide on a platform. This can just be written in OneNote. Please just upload one screenshot. You can write it on your phone, on a sheet of paper or something, and then just take a picture. So choose a platform. What social media platform do you want to use? Maybe Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or LinkedIn. I didn't write LinkedIn here. Write a captivating caption, so something short, engaging, and relevant. Design the creative. So if you're doing a video, you can do a short video, attach it alongside your screenshots with the right things. If you want a graphic design, just design anything. Open a Canva account. I'm sure that was covered in graphic design class. So if you need clarifications or you're confused on how to go about it, you can either send me a message or actually watch the videos on YouTube for the graphic design from the actual professionals that taught it. So design the creative, your banner, you can use a picture or a video, add a very strong call to action. So something that would make people do what they want to do. So book your generator repair session now or something like that. So a strong call to action. Then you can post it on your page. If you're not ready to post it on your page, you can do a quick post and delete. So because I really want to see what it looks like on your page actually. So if you don't want to keep it posted on your page, maybe you feel like it may not look perfect or something, you can post it, take a screenshot and quickly delete it or archive or something. If you want me to maybe take a look at it or something like that. So during the week, you can submit it. If you need me to check it out, you can send me a personal message and then I'll just quickly help check it out. And yeah, submit your screenshots. Your screenshots is of your design or whatever you're posting. Um, and a brief write-up on, platform choice. So I've chosen Facebook. I'm going to target people 15 to 60 years old because what I'm selling is for this type of. I just want to be sure that you understand everything from audience to design to, every single aspect that we have covered. So again, I would advise you to go on YouTube, watch all the videos, so that you can understand how to, do your right creative and everything. Because next week, after running the Facebook ad, you will actually have to run your own advert, right? So that's it. Thank you for joining today's session. Can we see? Yeah, you can save it as a draft, as long as I can see a screenshot. To be honest, just as long as the screenshot makes sense, I don't mind. You don't have to post it on your page, but as long as I can see what it looks like, I want to see essentially what it will look like on the page. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always send me a message, a personal message, if you have any questions or clarifications. And yeah, thank you, Godwin. Over to you.
All right. Thank you very much for that session. So again, just another reminder, if you, so I think there's a question.
Okay, someone said, reaching other people's posts. Is it possible to have a platform where we engage on each other's posts? Oh yeah, so these are called pods. I think, yeah, they're called pods. I don't know if people still use them, but they're basically a group of business owners that come together on WhatsApp. And when you post your picture or when you post your content, you can post it on the group and say, guys, please help me like it. This is not something I personally would open for you. So if you guys want to decide on your own, maybe on the group chat or something, if anyone wants to come up with the initiative, open a WhatsApp group, put some rules and regulations so that people can be respectful and things like that. But they're called pods basically. So you all follow each other's businesses. It helps you grow followers. It helps you have engagements on your pages. So I will not discourage it if that's what you want to do. All right, thank you, Gordon.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much. So about the codes, I think it's something. Part of the reason for creating the WhatsApp group is to create a community for entrepreneurs to work together and support each other and learn from each other. So if it's something you want to do in the group, so maybe not on the main group, but maybe we can maybe it's something that we can create like a secondary group, so we don't um bomb people that are not interested in the support group with messages like that. So it could be a community where if you create something, you can tell people to like come in and like your posts that way. So it's like a mutual thing. So everybody gets like some traction on all their posts. So you don't have like zero likes and things. So I think that's a great idea. Something that we'll be looking into. So before the end of next week, we should give you back some information on that. Again, reminder about the YouTube. I know there was a lot of mentions about the graphic design. Sorry, about the graphic design class. So if you need to, the links are on the WhatsApp group. The community managers will be posting them again all through the week. So if you ever need to, you can just go there, check out the videos to learn what you need to do, maybe for your assignment, or you just want to touch on or retouch your skills. So just keep it short. Thank you again for the class. So the recordings for this week's session would be up by Monday at the latest. So it's been great learning with you. See you again next week. Thank you. Bye.